What's going on, guys? Let's do an update midweek here. Let's see. So I wanted to touch base with everybody. I know I've been a little quiet in the background and all that. So, after Maryland, we definitely had another business trip with the wife, and it took a lot longer than normal to get settled back in the house and all that. But so talking about what's coming up, so shredders we're working on now. I've got a full sheet cut. I've been building them as we talk, or as we speak, and then topic with the shredders. So I personally and a couple other drivers never had any problems with the 8-inch or 1/8-inch bottom titanium links, but some have. So what we're looking at doing now is keeping 1/8-inch up top for our uppers, and looking at the 3/16 titanium for the lowers, for the rear and the front possibly, or maybe just the rears. So the whole reason we haven't released a link kit yet is because at Fall Crawl, Crawlapalooza, Nationals, the 1/8-inch were being tested. And single bend 1/8-inch, I don't think we had any issues. Double bend 1/8-inch seems to have a tendency to possibly, under a hard bind and all that, kind of fold itself like a taco. So with that, and the light of that, we obviously don't want to produce anything that's going to have anybody out of contingency going into like a comp or anything like that. I don't want you guys to fail because of something that we designed or that failed. Not that we would ever try that for that to happen, but things like that can. So we are looking at the 3/16 bottom or lowers. We're going to work on the lengths and all that for that, so that completely changes everything when it comes to what we measured for the 1/8-inch. You can't just buy the same rod material length and go. The rod ends are different and all that. So we are working on that and looking at it. Shredder tops, I have the molds finally done and looking good after a press. So we did a video on TikTok showing the different patterns that we have, or colors and all that we have now that should be available soon, and I'll get to work on those. So what I'm going to do on the website with that is I'm just going to put up pictures. You'll go to Shredder Top, it'll have the pictures. You pick what you want, and then that'll come to you with a rough press. And what I'm going to try to do is press it enough to where you have the top and then some extra material possibly, to where if you wanted to make the hood, you could. So I got to figure out what length I need out of that for you to get. So you'll be able to make, you'll have your windshield out of it, so it'll press and it'll be down at the angle. You can cut whatever shape you want for the windshield area, knock down, and then hopefully still have enough left over to make a little hood if you choose. Okay, so I'm leaving that up to you guys. If you want just the top, I run just the top. That will be that. But know that the new tops coming out have a little bit higher of a mohawk and a little bit more round and stout mohawk than what we kind of did when I was doing them by hand. So that's really cool. And then we'll be working on, offering when we have time, or when I have time. If I have time to make some mini tires or something like that, they might be an add-on for you if you want to buy ready to run or whatnot. But it's not something that we're probably going to stock, because it does take a long time to make them. It might be an option if you purchase a ready to run to add that on there. So they would be obviously 4.25 or 4.2s to 4.3s or 4.5 Rovers. Cuts and that type of deal. So that might be something also. We're also going to try to stock the deluxe mini axles and the OD4 transmissions if anybody wanted to buy just the chassis at one time and then the other parts later on down the road. Right now everything we're buying is going towards the ready to runs and being shipped out, so bear with us. Those are very large purchases to try to have in stock hanging and waiting. So once we get the revenue flow coming through to where we can stock a couple sets of those and they just hang and wait for somebody to buy them, we will. But until that, we'll have to wait. We do have some new parts going, or testing on the Jekyll and Hyde front. So far so good. We'll see what happens with the rest of it, and if that's a go, then we'll kind of release to what we're doing to the public. It's nothing crazy. It's just something that the team wanted, and if it works, great. We're not going to obviously hold that from the public. We want to, give everybody the best little bit of performance that they can get, or if that's something that they desired. So that's something that we're also working on. So look for that down the road. Got a list over here. Sorry, guys. I'm going to work in the tiny bit of spare time that I have to revamp the website, maybe make it a little easier for you guys. We did this a year ago or two, and it seemed to work all right, but 90% of the customers probably purchase from a cell phone, which it is what it is. People can do, people do whatever they want, but the internet is way easier on a computer. So, and no, your cell phone's not a computer. It's close, but it's not. But I'll revamp it to see if we can make it easier for that. Kind of limitations to what we have with Weebly, who is our website host, to make it as easy as possible. So, last time I did like pages suspension, chassis and all that. So I might make some pages like if you're Jekyll and Hyde, it's just a Jekyll and Hyde page. It has like the chassis and then all the parts or spare parts to go with it and that type deal. I'll do it with the shredders there, tops, axles, dry shafts, whatever, So I'll try to make those separate pages so maybe people will be able to find everything a little easier, because I got people now that don't have that miss stuff. Hey, I'm looking for this, and it's right there if you search for it, but maybe they didn't want to scroll through and find it. So I'll see what I can do with that. I promise I'm trying to make it easier for you guys. We have an unbelievably amount of product. I noticed that when we went to Maryland. So trying to keep it all organized and together to where you will find everything is not the easiest. So let's see. We're going to come back in with more like live tune-ins. So our team loves to get together on live feeds while we're working at night, just chit chat with each other. I'll have the laptop up, everybody's screens up and all that kind of deal. So we love doing that. So we're going to try to tune you guys in on when we do that. Sorry for the harsh language, it probably is going to happen, or bad jokes or anything like that. So we're going to try to bring that to you guys so you guys can enjoy that too. Chime in, ask questions, that type deal. YouTube videos, I'm going to try to get back on track with those. I have the studio 50% set up over there. I just never did once we moved back in. I need to black it all out and make it dark. So it's a lot to get that set up, but I need to get that set back up too so I can do some how-to videos for you guys to help you out on maybe the shredder or, Jekyll and Hydes, all that kind of stuff. So that's something that I'm going to work at too. Coming into winter, I should have plenty of time to do that kind of stuff if, long as I get it all set up. Hats we're going to work on. We've got some of those coming, maybe even some winter hats, some beanies and stuff like that. Backpacks, I've had multiple people ask for them, so we are going to bring them back, guys. I just wanted to update the design. When we sold our design, forever, there's thousands of those backpacks out there, and still to this day I haven't had one person come back to me with one problem on them. So that's, knock on wood, that was an awesome product and great. So we're still going to bring that style of truck hanging slash baby cradling style backpack to you. Same material, same good thick stitch quality, and that we might just make it a little bit bigger. Some people ask for a little bit more backpack. I'm not going super wide because you guys aren't going to college. You guys should be trailing with these. The competitors' backpacks are just way too big. When I see them, I would never want to trail with something like that. Carrying a refrigerator on your back basically through the woods, that's a joke to me. Sorry. So trailing backpacks, which is what you want a backpack for, you don't want it to, whatever. So they will come back, maybe possibly just a hair bigger, maybe, a half size than what it was, bigger. And then the same great material, design, stitch, quality, everything that we had before. So, and then duffels, they're gone, guys. They're not coming back. That was a product that we designed. We knew the RC world wanted them. The guys that begged for them got them right off the bat, and then we sat stagnant for over a year with the original minimum quantity order. So they were an outstanding bag. I have 2 of them here that we travel with consistently, and I cannot. That bag is amazing. And if you missed out, I'm sorry. We had lots and lots of those, and they sat forever. So unfortunately, those will not make a comeback. So other than that, guys, I was just trying to keep you up on everything. Anything else? I see people asking randomly for things here and there. Some of the old school stuff, I don't know. We'll see. We've got so much stuff now that we're trying to keep up with, and people asking for. So bear with me. One-man show, but we'll figure it out, and we'll try to get everybody everything they want. So thanks so much for the love and support. I will see you guys on the next one, and keep up to date on the fan page, TikTok if you got it, Instagram I've been kind of hitting here and there a little bit again, and but stay up on Facebook for sure, and we'll keep everybody up to date on what we do. We love to have you guys join if we're doing a live feed or something like that. Just sit back, relax, and have a good time. Talk RCs, talk anything. That conversation can go wild. So again, appreciate the love and support, and we'll see you guys shortly.